I'm Tim. I'm playing as the halfling Holt Argan. In the last session, I was breathed on real hard, so hopefully I can wake up.
Oh, I'm Arlen Canvas. I am playing the Genasi sorcerer. We are running.
I'm Jody. I play Saga of Stonegate. I was whisked away, thankfully, by Arlen. I almost said Arlen. Just in time to flee the scene. I'm not exactly sure where she's taking us, but glad to be alive.
I'm Trevor, playing Jethro the Goliath Barbarian, and finally found Olma.
I'm Chuck. I play Elias Blaze, the Cedar Bard, and my bagpipes are really cool.
I am Kylan, playing Abrael Arkath, the Paladin Swashbuckler, and I hope we can snag some cool loot on the way out.
And I am Mike, the GM, and of course the party is in full-bore linear panic. Okay, maybe not quite full-bore linear panic, but they are fleeing from the dragon because he's pretty tough. So we'll see what happens. This may be the last gaming session of Stonegate. Who knows? There it goes. Alrighty, so tell me what you're all doing. We're out of combat. The dragon, you see it over there in this area, and this guy, the big snaky boy, jumps onto its back, and the dragon kind of looks around for all of you, and then begins moving towards the stairs and down into the main area of the cavern. It looks like it's going to try and find you and possibly give pursuit if it can locate you. Okay. Now, of course, you three are invisible. Dragons might or might not be able to see you. Dragons being sketchy like that. All right, so the dragon is heading into the cavern. What are we doing here, guys?
Yeah, I'm going to continue to run. I think, yeah.
Okay, so you're all
still right there.
Yeah,
close proximity.
Yeah, well, that map is up there. You guys aren't on the map anymore. I mean, you're invisible, which means it's going to have disadvantage to detect you, but, you know, are you going to try and just stealth away, hide in a corner? What are you thinking?
I think I'm going to full sprint invisible.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so off you go. I'm going to let the dragon try and make a roll for perception. Cool.
I think it's a healing word too. I feel like that.
Because you guys are definitely the
Two
closest.
times.
Yeah.
That you,
He just hears the feet but doesn't see them.
That's right.
You have
at
like
least two.
leather horseshoes on your satyr feet, or
Yeah.
Just
Nope, yeah,
double that.
probably.
All right, let's see here.
Probably the whole steel. I mean, let's face it.
It echoes to the
They're
hall.
probably gold plated and all that.
Oh,
We're dragon, right?
Of course. I mean, you got to.
Yeah, we're all
Gold-plated
there.
horseshoes.
That's
Can the
accurate.
dragon flies?
That's not accurate.
It's not
The
accurate.
dragon's currently flying me, and he flew away with me, so
I
I'm
need
probably
all
further away
three of
than
you to make a
everyone.
stealth check, please.
Yeah. We teleported
Okay.
over here to the.
Let me know. Let me know what you roll on it.
Everyone?
Stealth check.
No, just those three. They need a stealth check. You
So I
got
got
a
21.
21. You're good at that. You get disadvantage because of your heavy armor? No, you're a
I'm wearing
ranged,
medium armor,
so
but does give me disadvantage.
okay.
That's 17.
So I rolled twice.
Take the lower.
It's one on both.
One on both.
For a total of 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because the dragon rolled a 2 and a 10, so but
Clang, clang, clang,
but
clang,
yeah. So
clang.
you take off and a run. The dragon immediately, you think, hears you and starts running towards your general direction. Now, where are you heading for? Are you heading for the manor house? Are you heading towards the ruined gatehouse so you can leave the cavern? What are we thinking about here?
Of the closest options is one of those larger gatehouse or manor little things.
What is your movement rate?
40. However, I'm assuming I'm sprinting.
So you'd be dashing then,
Yeah.
right?
So 80.
All right. So what about the rest of your movements? Yours is 40. Yours is
30.
okay. Yours is what?
35.
35. All right. So you can dash a number of times equal to 3 plus your con modifier. After that, you have to make exhaustion checks.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's not good. What we're going to do is, since you're running for one of the manor houses, you've got probably a couple gaps between you and it, and we're going to see if you can widen the gap or make the gap smaller. So what you're going to need to do is make me a athletics check.
Ooh, net 20.
Nice.
Okay, that's good.
Still not enough.
I mean,
I got
I'm lucky on a minus
Okay.
10.
All right, so your speed was 30, right? You double it, you get 60. For every 5 feet over 30, you get +3 to your roll. So that means you had 18 plus, so 33. Okay,
Okay.
keep that in mind. Yours was 70.
Yes.
Okay, so you get 12, so you have a 32, nat 20, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. And Jethro, what'd you get?
I rolled 25.
Okay. Wow.
I'm good at athletics.
Yeah, you are. That's right.
Okay.
And then your speed was 80, right? Okay, so again, that's 50. 10. So add 30 to that.
So big shot.
Okay, keep that number. Now the dragon. Dragon
33, 44.
rolls a d20.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it works out perfectly. 15,
Six.
So he 30 movement hits 35.
Plus
40,
just
so
a
it's like
string, which is 9.
Okay.
Okay, dragon rolled a 9. However, comma, his movement is 160 because he's flying. So let's see. So that's 63. He got a 73. Okay, and simply because he's flying, he's going fast. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna let him dash this turn because he had to locate you. So he just gets his normal movement. So it's 80. So he got a 30. So what was your number?
33.
Okay. So what you've done is with a 33 is
Just barely outpacing him.
no. You didn't widen the gap from him. You got a what?
44.
Okay, you've increased your distance from him by 1 gap. So now you've got 3 gaps between him and you. You've still got 2. So you maintained. That's good. He, I guess maybe, heard, smelled something, and you got a what?
55.
Okay. So you've actually spread the gap out by 4. So you started where the dragon was 2 gaps behind you. He's still 2 gaps behind you.
But he's focused on.
Right.
Okay.
But he's 3 gaps behind you and 4 gaps behind you. So you took off. So maybe you ran off to the side and the dragon, kind of, or maybe you ran in the same direction as the dragon. But
Run kind of parallel with.
yeah, right. And you probably sprinted off at an angle, kind of maybe towards the Roth fields, and so you put some distance between you and him. You've taken off at a full-out sprint and gotten to one of the manor houses very, very quickly, and the dragon is bearing down towards that manor house looking for you. Let's find out what the rest of y'all are doing, okay? The dragon's not after you 3, he's after those 3 right there.
I'm going to roll a death save.
The dragon cannot heal you, he has no healing ability, so yeah, you gotta make a death save.
Okay. I rolled it and it was a fail. So
What'd you get? You failed?
I got a 6.
Okay, so now you got 1
One pass,
death,
one fail.
1 pass. Okay, all right, so that's not bad.
If
So,
I turn into a
what are you
cat,
two going to do?
Guess we're racing away
Well,
again.
you can see Sliver carrying Holt, and Sliver has actually bypassed the manor houses and seems to be heading straight for the guardhouse. And he is
That's where we came in, right?
And we're not being pursued, right?
doesn't seem to be yet.
The lizard's still on the cart. Pulling the cart. Lizard's still pulling the cart.
Yeah, but remember they're out in the actual on the other side of the secret door. When you were stealthing,
Yeah, we're
and so lizards aren't very sneaky, especially not when they're in a cart.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Somebody would see the cart rolling through town. We just left it outside.
Well, at this
What's
point,
that cart
I think
doing
we
rolling
should
through
just
town?
take
I don't
the
even
cart.
see anything attached to it.
Yeah.
You sprinkle the dust on the lizard, but the cart's just moving. There's a ghost coming!
Ah!
Haunted cart!
In that case, I'm going to cast Ice Storm
Okay.
in a 20-foot radius right on top of the Topaz Dragon.
Ah, okay. Very good.
Maybe that'll slow him
smart.
down.
Yeah, not a bad idea at all. Let me see exactly.
It's
pretty sure he
gonna
gets a
make
save.
Dexterity saving throw. Creature takes 2d8 bludgeoning damage and 4d6 cold damage on a failed save and half as much.
The other thing about it is I would definitely say that might slow him down as well, and that's probably not a bad thing for you.
It does turn the area into difficult terrain until the next turn.
There we go. That would definitely slow his movement
He
by
is
half.
flying, though.
Yeah, true.
It
Plus,
is-
it's hailstones that
It's
fall.
falling from the
okay,
sky.
so
It's
it's like a
20-foot
Yeah.
column.
Alright, so you cast Ice Storm. The dragon is barreling down towards the manor house. Looks like he's chasing after someone. It's kind of hard to tell because it's a little dim. When he does, he you cast the ice storm. You see hail start raining down out of the top of the cavern, because it is a pretty big cavern. And the topaz dragon lets out a shriek as these hailstones start smacking into him. Roll 2d8, well, 40, 46 cold damage. Yeah,
2d8.
and 2d8. Yeah,
Um,
because he did not succeed on a second.
5,
Nice.
5,
Okay.
3,
Okay.
2. On the
Okay.
d6s, that's the cold damage. We got 7
Ooh.
and a 4.
All right. And then the guy riding him
Oh.
makes a save. So how much damage did you do total?
15 plus 20? Is
What?
What'd you say?
11.
11.
26.
I don't know. I thought I
26.
heard
Okay.
I'm dead.
26 damage.
26. All right. Cool.
26 damage.
All right.
And it's difficult terrain.
Yes. Yeah, on the back only takes half.
Anybody else on the ground in the 20-foot radius?
Right.
Oh, he done flew.
Doesn't seem like there's anybody on the ground, but just being buffeted about by the ice storm seems to have slowed him down a bit. So that's good. You guys are able to kind of lengthen one more gap between him, and so are you. You made it to the manor house, the big ornate spider-looking door with all the filigree of silver and stuff like that. It looks like webs yet. So what do you want to do?
Is the door open?
It is. It was not locked.
I guess I'm gonna go into the manor house.
Okay, you push the door open, slamming into the manor house. Remember, there's all the treasures and stuff piled against one wall. There were several doors leading out of this antechamber that led to the other parts of the house. Anywhere in particular you're thinking of?
Is there any way to lock the door here? And by lock, I mean less of like, oh, let me turn this key, and more of a bar I can throw in front of this thing.
There is not a bar to throw in
Okay.
front of it. You figure probably if the drow were going to lock the door because they're very magical, they just arcane lock or something like that. You know,
Yeah, of course I
magic.
Anyways, I'm just gonna shut the door behind me, and this is a multi-story building?
No, single story.
Single story.
It's got a large tower towards the back, but that's all it's got. Yeah, the rest of it is all kind of, if you think very much kind of like a U shape with
Mhm.
ceiling, and it's actually kind of nice if it wasn't all about spiders and death and eating people and slavery. Okay, maybe it's not nice at all. Never mind.
Yeah, that's fine. I guess I'll move back towards the tower area.
Okay.
Then.
So you head out of the main antechamber here, down the main hallway, moving back towards probably what's going to be the living quarters. What are you doing?
So he just bolted one of the man houses.
Right.
Close the door. How far is the dragon from the house?
It's probably going to be there in the next round.
Next round.
Yeah.
I'm going, and there's another man house across from it.
Right. There's a nicer one across from that. Now, you haven't been in that one.
I'm gonna set up just outside and stealth
Okay.
and wait to see if the dragon pursues and attacks the manor.
Okay. So you're going to
That
go.
Jeff throws in.
So you're going to. Okay. So you're going to be that one outside.
Opposite side.
Oh, on the opposite side. Gotcha.
Opposite side.
So you head that way. You're able to kind of slide underneath or behind one of the hedgerows, which is actually a bunch of mushrooms, and kind of get yourself.
I'm gonna get my dagger ready, prime position to attack.
Now, it's a good 30 or 40 feet from where you are to where the
Hey.
dragon's probably going to slide up. That's fine.
I got bonus action
Yeah.
dash now.
That's true.
I'm ready now.
That's true.
All right.
Perception dash. Action
What are you
dash.
going to do, Elias?
Where, how far out? Where?
You've kind of run off towards the fields where the Roth were, little cow-looking things that have the dancing lights that they can cast. So you're kind of in the middle of this herd of cows, and the fence is made out of stones.
Okay. I'll try to hide behind one of the rocks. Or...
Very easy. These creatures are pretty docile. As you walk up to them, you notice the lights start kind of blinking in different colors. That's how to communicate with each other. They're wildly intelligent.
Good, Ruffy.
Kind of looks at you, goes back to eating, the short mushroom and lichen that's on the ground, and you hide behind them, so you're good. So, Sartre, what are you going to do?
Well, I'm thinking about, I'm going to cast Flaming Sphere. It does a 5-foot diameter sphere of the fire appears in an unoccupied space of your choice would be next
How
to.
far?
60 feet.
I think you're going to be out of range of that.
Ah, fine.
You're probably at least 90 feet away from this dragon.
If Holt's way over on the other side, isn't that where the...
Well, you saw Sliver head towards the gatehouse, so you can definitely follow Sliver.
Also, you probably don't
Guess
see
we just have to dash and
Elias
No.
and us and all that, so you
get
see the
there
dragon.
quickly.
You want to dash
run.
towards Sliver?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're just
So
going to run.
You take off at a sprint towards Sliver,
First run.
trying to catch up to him. All right. Next round, those of you being pursued by the dragon, you're not really being pursued anymore because you're inside the manor house. So you hear a huge kaboom at the door as the dragon seems like he's going to try and bust the door open. Now, the dragon's not going to fit through the door. But that's when you look over and you see that the dragon just all of a sudden his shadowy form just changes. And he turns into what looks like kind of a middle-aged man wearing yellow robes. Okay.
I think we saw the
Right.
door in the forge.
Yes. And next to him is the big snaky guy. And so they reach over and shove the door open and seem like they're going inside.
I want to stay visiting.
Are you going to try and hide
Oh,
from
that's
them?
true. The powder only lasted 4 turns.
Oh.
Well, it's probably over now.
It's probably done, yeah. With all the stuff,
Yep, it is.
we're probably no longer.
Yeah.
As they go into the door, poof! Oh shit!
Yeah, right. Now you're still hiding out with the cows, so I mean, you're far enough away they're not going to probably notice you right off the bat. And you're sneaky, stealthy, so they probably won't notice you. All right, Jethro. So you're heading down the hallway, and you hear the door smash open behind you, and then you head into this round tower that has stairs going up. At the bottom of the tower is what looks like maybe a sitting room or something like that. You head up the stairs. There's no other exit.
Yeah, I'll go up the stairs. So spiral,
Yes.
it's just stone the entire way up or something.
Looks like probably marble, black shot through with white spiderweb looking marble. Yes, because drought.
Yeah, and there are no windows.
Doesn't seem to be on the ground floor.
Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, it's gonna go up.
Okay. So you get to the second floor, and it takes you into what looks like maybe a alchemical research laboratory. Sorry, you're not there. And it's got lots of shelves and books and things. Nothing is actually bubbling or anything like that, but it looks like it's set up where somebody could use it. This one actually has a window. Looks like it's facing west.
Which way did they come from?
You came from the east.
I'll take Olma and jump out the window.
You know, hop out the window. Give me an athletics check.
Absolutely, because I'm going to rage for this. 'Cause I'm going to need it to protect Olma's squishy body from the
Yeah,
ground.
she's fantastic.
21?
Oh, yeah. All right, so you leap out the window, are able to stylishly land on your feet. That's what I was checking for, whether you're going to take any fall damage. It's only about 20 feet in the air. Most people can make a 20-foot jump as long as they're not being hurtled towards the ground or falling towards the ground. So you're able to land on your feet, you know, kind of stagger to your feet because you are carrying Olma and sprint towards...
What do I see going out the window towards the west?
To the west, in front of you, there's what looks like the mushroom field that was being worked by the people you freed. And then there's the gatehouse, and you can also see the cow fields kind of northwest.
How far away is the gatehouse?
Probably about 100 feet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to sprint off towards the gatehouse.
Okay. Sprint towards the gatehouse. While you're there, you hear a roar from the window, and you notice that the guy in yellow has leaped out of the window behind you, followed by the snaky guy, and before the dragon even hits the ground, it shape-shifted back into its dragon's form again, and it is getting ready to pursue.
Man, they moved through that place really quick.
Yeah, they did.
I could hear the from upstairs as he raced, you know.
So, but you did put a little more distance between you and them. What are you guys doing? You guys hear a roar from behind the manor house, kind of in rage, and then a kind of a loud thump of something heavy hitting, and that's it.
Okay,
Do we see anything? I mean,
You're kind of not where you can see what's going on behind the manor house.
I'm gonna-
Yeah, yes.
I want to. I guess we're heading towards the gate, so
Okay.
start heading that way. You know, trying to see if I can keep an eye on.
As you start to spring towards the gate, you see that the dragon is behind the manor house. You see, give me a perception check.
A 9.
Okay. You see what looks like several shadowy figures moving towards the gatehouse as well.
Okay.
Okay. Because that's where you were headed, right? And that's where you were headed, right? Okay. What are you doing?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna saddle up. I hear the roar on the other side, so I
Right.
think
Yeah.
I guess they made it through. Don't know where Jethro is. I'm gonna saddle up to the side of the house and peer around the corner.
You see several groups, one of them being a dragon being ridden by something heading towards the gatehouse. Looks like that's where all of everybody's heading. Seems to be the only way out of the cave, so, you know, not a bad place to end up.
Can I see Jethro now?
Perception check.
That's gonna be a 17.
You don't see Jethro, but you do see Elias taking off kind of to your right. Looks like he's running out of the field where the cows are, and he's heading towards the gatehouse
Has
as well.
the dragon noticed?
Doesn't seem to notice him. The dragon seems to be pursuing another shadowy figure, but you're not sure who it is.
I'm gonna attack the dragon.
Okay, what are you gonna do? The dragon's far enough away. It's probably 60,
I was
60
making
feet away
up.
from you. No, because he went through the manor house and he came out the other side.
So I can bonus action dash.
Okay. And you could. What's your dash movement? Is 60.
Yeah,
You could close with him. That's right.
and then I'm gonna
Okay.
sneak attack because he's the only
Right.
person adjacent to me.
He does. Yes, he is. Oh no. He's
Well, he's got
on
a
the other side.
rider, but
Right.
And the rider on.
dragon's pretty tall.
Rider's on him. I'm gonna count that as that's not gonna allow you to get a sneak attack.
Well, no, my sneak attack procs if the only enemy next to me is.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Yeah. He's the other guy's definitely not next to you. That's for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
As
he's
long
way
as
up on
nobody
top,
next
right,
to me, I
yeah.
can get sneak.
Yeah, no, he's not next to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna full attack the dude.
Okay.
Well, I'm just trying to let him get away. Yeah.
Hamstring.
All right, so that's gonna be a 27.
Oh, for sure.
Is there a D4 I can borrow? For like,
No.
something? I don't want to infect your dice. Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't use D4s for anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you fix it anyway.
If they use mine, maybe we have a different.
Oh, wow. Great die rolls to start.
Choose my D4.
Mine was good. Oh, yeah, the special.
Now, is that are you releasing souls from the dagger? Is that what it is, or what?
No, that if I have souls in, I get a D4 per soul.
Okay.
I have 2 souls.
Right. Okay, so you're doing 3d4
So
damage.
34 damage,
Right.
D4 dagger. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that's 1, 2, 6 plus 5 is 11. Plus sneak attack, which is 2d6. Plus 7, so 18. It's a plus 1 weapon, so 19. And I'm gonna smite this fool. That they does not have thunder or smite. So I'm just gonna normal smite him.
Okay.
So that's another 13 radiant damage on top of
Alright, nice roll.
19 piercing.
Gotcha. All right. So you slide up behind the dragon. Dragon doesn't seem to be noticing you until it's almost too late, and you slide the dagger in between probably where the hip, the back leg, and the tail are, and and then boom, right with the radiant smite.
Yeah.
And some light hits, and the guy on Dragonback spins and looks as the dragon lets out this horrible, scream of pain, and he's going to.
Well, can I get my second attack?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Can you hit the dragon?
Yeah.
The guy on the Dragonback looks like he's going to slide back and try and engage
Good. That's what I want.
Sorry.
Oh no! Do we have inspiration? That's on that one. Oh,
I did.
yes.
I'm dead.
No, you don't worry
See,
about
Mom
it.
got it.
I don't want to take someone else's inspiration. All right, so actually, I will not attack.
Okay.
But after that, I will say, "Run! Get out of here!"
Okay. The guy on Dragonback slides off and looks like he kind of lets this big as he slides back, draws his huge scimitar, and looks like he's going to engage you and try and protect the dragon that's going after them. So
Okay.
you guys have reached the gatehouse. Sliver has reached the gatehouse. You're all at the gatehouse, kind of funneled into the small area that leads out. You see behind you a shadowy shape that seems to be carrying what looks like Olma, and it's clanking a lot. So you figure that's probably Jethro. A little bit behind him, coming in from kind of a slightly different angle, you can see Elias. Probably can tell from the bagpipe sounds that are coming from him.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay. You gonna roll?
Yeah.
Bagpipes.
Spare the dying.
Okay, so that instantly stabilizes it, right? What range is it? It's touch.
Touch.
You're close enough to touch him.
I'm
You are
okay.
close enough to touch him.
All right.
So yeah. All right. So you run up. Sliver kind of hisses and then realizes
Well-
it's you, and kind of chills out a bit. Do you have healing word?
I have. Yeah, I was gonna say, so
Healing word's range.
can I do that instead,
Yeah, sure.
or cure
life-
wounds?
You can do cure wounds.
I'm gonna do
Steady.
cure wounds.
All right.
I've been running to him, so I'm just gonna cure wounds.
Okay, do cure wounds. All right.
Okay. That's a 1d8 plus 5.
Okay. Okay. Make your roll.
Even my program.
1d8 plus 5. Yeah. So what'd you get?
6.
6.
6 is enough.
But you know what? That's
So wake me up.
That's right. Wakes him
Hey.
up. Okay, you wake up with being cradled in the arms of Sliver as Sliver nudges the door open in front of him and starts. When you start wiggling, he kind of puts you down very carefully. and then turns around, sees the big topaz dragon behind them, and takes off down the tunnel again.
I am going to wait. Is there a way to close the door back?
Not really. It's been busted off the hinges.
Okay. Never mind.
What's up?
I just realized, like,
Mulder.
you guys, like, everyone converges, things coming, get up, Holt, puts them down on the ground, and then takes off.
Yeah, it's on your own, dude.
I'm not big twice the sentence, but
What?
yes.
Yeah, you're conscious now, not feeling great.
Oh,
If you remember, the dragon was pretty hurt too. Had taken some good, solid smacks. You're not sure.
The topaz dragon, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
That's
Sliver too. Sliver had taken.
The topaz dragon
Because
is
it's almost dead. I mean, he was just really bad, right?
Yeah.
2 or 3 hit points
Yeah,
left,
let's
right?
take it.
Let's go ahead and move into initiative again. All right,
All right.
because everybody's kind of bearing down on this.
It's not great either.
Initiatives. Everybody got them.
yes.
Alrighty. Anybody above 20? What you got?
21.
All right. Same thing as the guy who's about to engage Avriel. So, yes, you sprint towards the door. I assume you're using your action to dash.
Going to, because I'm heading towards the gatehouse. They're already there?
Right. They're already there. They meet you.
Okay, yeah, then I just dash. I'm like, hey guys, and just keep going.
Yeah, okay. So you dash through. The dragon's actually ahead of you because he does move a little faster than you do. Yeah. You can see the kind of the glow of a sliver ahead of you, maybe about 30 feet. He's not that far ahead. So, yeah. You sprint through the broken gatehouse door, heading down the tunnel towards where your lizards and cart are. Sliver's ahead of you. You see him jump onto the back of the cart and then look around expectantly.
Hey, bud, you can fly faster than I.
This is true.
Still got the mentality. Of
Yeah,
it.
that's still a
yeah, yeah.
Wait, maybe I should just go. Yeah.
It's like a
Still young.
Great Dane who's
Yeah.
still a puppy mentally but doesn't
Yeah.
understand
Yep.
their body is giant.
In 21, the big snaky guy rolls off towards you, and he's
Okay.
going to try and make a constriction attack
Mhm.
on you. What is your AC?
I'm actually immune to those. So
that's
being a
cool.
snake person. No, my AC is 20.
You just slide right out.
Slide.
All right, so he gets a 22.
Ooh, that don't hit.
He's going to snag you. You take 13
Okay.
bludgeoning damage, and you are now grappled. Until the grapple ends, you are restrained. And he cannot constrict another target. So what he's going to do is, each round that he grapples you, he's going to continue to constrict and do that.
I can break out and stuff. And
Well, yeah, there's a DC to break out. Yeah, you can try and break out for sure. All right, so that was in 21s, 20s, 19s,
Or you just make them pay for it.
18s, 17s, 16s, 15s, 15. All right, you've been grappled, constricted by this big snaky guy.
V is just vocal, right?
Yeah.
Misty Step! And my last spell slot.
That's great. How far can you teleport?
60 feet.
60.
Wait, no, 30 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, 30 feet more I can see.
I got like that improvement system something like
Yeah.
that. I didn't know how you do that. Right?
It's called hateful Misty Step.
So you teleport to just in front of the gatehouse.
Oh, okay.
There is a topaz dragon barreling down on you like a freight train, probably about 20 feet behind you, maybe 10 feet behind you. Attack the dragon.
Absolutely.
Bonus action dash. I mean,
Well, can I Misty Step to the dragon instead?
you could, yes, absolutely.
Can I Misty Step on top of the dragon?
What
And
level?
stab down?
7 still?
It's just
For
to a
eight?
point
Or
where
your
you can
eight?
see.
Give me an athletics check. To see-
Acrobatics?
Acrobatics? That's definitely acrobatics, for sure. Give me an acrobatics check to see if you can actually manage to
Don't mess me up.
target correctly. Otherwise, you're going to land and fall.
Well, does a 13 wet your whistle?
No.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the dragon's moving faster than you realized, and when you go, he jumps to the right a little bit, and you wind up landing and taking 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you smack into the ground. Okay, because you were trying to hit about 10 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
Ooh, ah. But you're not gonna fall to the ground. You just kind of and then quickly scramble to your feet. You got half your movement to
Okay.
move if you want. So what's your normal movement? It was 30, so you
30.
get 15 feet. That
Will
puts
I
you.
still be in range to attack the dragon?
No, unfortunately, he's moving really, really quick. You're probably going to be about 10 feet behind him. You're also 40 feet from the guy who constriction attacked you, so that's.
Good time. Go ahead and hit that quick save. We're just gonna.
We'll try that again. Yeah. Let you have a range. Throw your dagger. Don't do that.
I'm not gonna lie, I did delete one of my hand axes because I'm not going back.
It's gone. Get a new one.
So I got my move action and my action left. I'm just gonna chase after the big dragon.
Okay. That was in 15.
Yeah, and can I also dash as well?
So yes, you can full action dash, but you can lose half your movement because you fell down around.
That's right.
Okay. You're almost even with the dragon, not quite. Okay. By dashing. So that was 15, 14, 13, 12. 12. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I forgot the dragon. Dragon goes in 15 as well. He's going to sprint forward. You have to slow down a little bit to get to the door, which will allow you and Sliver to kind of get a little bit ahead. That brings us to 14, 13, 12. Right. 12. Right.
So,
You have 6 hit points.
Yes.
Or something.
yes. So we have a dragon come towards us.
Right.
Behind the dragon is him.
Right.
Like, the dragon's actually
Correct.
between us and him.
Right. And then Sliver's ahead of you, waiting on the cart, looking expectantly.
And I'm bad at that card.
Get in, let's go. You know, get these things moving. I don't know how to drive a lizard.
Yeah, that's true. He doesn't. So I'm gonna run for now. I'm gonna run towards the cart as well. I'm not gonna dash. I'm just gonna use my regular action.
Okay. What's your movement speed?
25.
Okay.
Very fast. And I'm gonna use my regular running and move 25 feet forward.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Ah, that's a good time.
At 7th level, I know.
Right? Yes, because I can cast it at 7th level. I'm gonna cast it at 3rd level because that was
3d8 or something like that.
38 plus 5.
Wow. Put some steam in your stride.
And so that will heal me for 15.
Good deal.
And yeah, I'm going to keep heading towards the cart.
All right. That was in 12, 11, 10.
10.
10.
I'm 10.
Yes. You guys have a dragon. You'd gone through the gatehouse door, was that right or no?
Yeah, we were.
Okay.
Yeah, but
So you're already in the tunnel. So you got a dragon about maybe 20 feet behind you, maybe 10 feet behind you. Big topaz dragon.
okay. Can I do? Well, all I can do are cantrips. So Toll the Dead. 1d8 necrotic damage. It becomes d12 if he's missing any of his hits.
Wisdom saving throw. You succeed.
Dang it!
He's not super wise, but he rolled pretty well. So yeah, he got a 19, so he did make it. So, okay. Anything else you want to do, like as a bonus action?
Am I at the cart?
Mm-mm.
Near the cart? No, near the cart.
Well, okay, you haven't moved yet, so you could move.
I'll move then.
Move 30 feet closer to the cart, which would put you pretty much on par with where Holt is. And you guys are moving quick, which I'm dashing.
Okay.
All right, so you and Holt, kind of trot towards the cart, dragging behind you about 40 feet. Arlen?
Okay, so the cart's being drawn by a lizard.
2.
2 lizards. How fast were they?
They move about 45.
45.
Yeah. Which is faster than most of y'all.
Faster than me.
They scamper.
If I were to. Are we trying to take this cart or are we saying F the cart?
The dragon just hopped to the cart. You figured that was the next step in this
Oh, I mean,
process. I mean,
You don't
have
have to
to
move
take
faster
the
than we
cart.
move. You don't have
Okay.
to take the cart though.
No.
Okay.
At this
You-
point,
you
the
can
dragon
rely
would
on-
probably be better off picking up the cart and leaving you
Yeah,
behind.
if we attach the cart to the dragon, then we could all.
I don't know if this is going to work. Well, I'm just going to leave this to you, and if it's not, then I'll do something else. If I twin spell haste and cast it on the lizards.
I like it.
I love
What does that do to their movement speed?
So haste gives them an additional, it doubles their speed, but it gives them additional action which they can use to dash.
Because
They can use their
yeah,
main action to dash and then use
They would be like
an
bonus dash.
additional.
Yeah, they're
Was that 270 feet? That's faster than the dragon can.
Tokyo Drift.
Watch this, boys.
The-
Hike up their skirts and
They can
Up
move
to
that
you.
faster. The wheels on the cart can't move that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It doesn't matter because the cart's just flying along the air behind. Right. How long does haste last? 1 turn or 8 turns?
Up to a minute.
Oh my.
Yeah.
All right, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'll let you do that. Absolutely, I think it's a great idea.
Okay, we are hasting the lizards. Hold on, guys.
The lizards look around. You each pull out a Red Bull.
Yeah.
exactly.
She just throws him a Red Bull each. That's our head.
We've got wings.
I'm just imagining those like desert lizards that like run on two feet.
That's what it's gonna look like. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what they are now.
Yeah, they are
just
now.
get up on two feet.
That's it. The Jesus Christ lizards. What we've done. Yeah.
The water walkers.
Yeah. Got video of those guys. So you twin spell haste. Can you still move your normal? So you can move another 30 feet and stay kind of even with Holt and Sartre.
I was planning to get in the cart if it was good.
Can't quite reach the cart with 30 feet. It's going to take about another 20 or 30 feet to get there. But that's okay. Sartre hasn't gotten there. Holt hasn't gotten there. Quite a few people haven't gotten there.
He hasn't even gotten to the gate yet.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I'm at the gate.
Right behind the dragon.
Yeah, right behind the dragon.
That being said, don't have to go through the gate. You can always go
Go through the dragon.
or go through the dragon too. Yes.
Through the dragon.
It's like old first.
I cast produce.
Oh, yeah.
I am so suppository.
The greatest of all.
I was going to call you Sir Enema.
Sorry, I like that.
That's going to be excellent. I'm not sure what topaz dragons eat anyway, or if they eat.
I had a friend whose parents were nurses, and they had a boat, like a big size boat that they called the SS Enema, and their dinghy they had on there was a suppository. That's hilarious. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
That's terrible.
So, you guys are very close to the cart. That was in 10, 9, 8, 7. Yes.
Where am I? And look, where am I?
I think last time we saw you, you were
Okay.
kind of north of. You hadn't gone through the gatehouse yet, had you? No. So there's a dragon in front of you. Abriel is also in front of you. Looks like he's getting ready to attack the dragon.
Okay. So, he's all, I mean, I can't get past the dragon.
Well, you can go over the gate. It doesn't. I mean, it's not flush with the top of the tunnel.
Can I go over the gate? How tall is the gate?
About 40 feet.
Yeah, I don't think I can.
Be the senior
Misty
rock climber.
No.
Do you have meat
Just jump. I
merciful
believe in you.
leaf?
That's it.
I'm like the belly,
Backwards
it only
bending
adds on like a
legs.
D8 or two.
Oh,
Yeah.
backwards bending legs.
Yeah,
Can't you?
it's like the merciful hustle.
You're a goat, bruh.
Oh,
Like,
come on, nice.
That's what it looks like. My
Hey,
spot was.
just climb the vertical wall.
That's right. Yep, you see this
It's
all the time.
what's the word? What's the trait? Merciful. It's like merciful leaf sucks. If you jump, you can add a D8. So I could add, so
Well,
whatever my jump is,
You
you can
would
add.
jump just high enough to smack into the wall.
Exactly.
There you go. That's
It's,
so close.
skill.
Yeah, so close. So just
what matters.
I mean, when all else fails, throw a fireball.
Well, there's
Heck
that.
yeah.
So I want fireball the dragon.
Woo! Go for it. All right. Is that 68?
No.
I'm going to use my bardic
Pass that up, man.
cutting words to cut his thing down. So you got to hit a dex save of 16, and then whatever you roll, take 4 away from it.
Okay.
Cutting-
So he's got to beat a 16 and it gets -4. And this is a dex save. Oh, he didn't get even close. He rolled 5, so it doesn't matter.
so 31 points of fire damage.
No, that's a good chunk.
Try to move to get somewhere that I can get away from people.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, the dragon, is kind of heading through the gate, so he's not really looking at you. But
Yeah.
you did light his tail on
Yeah,
fire.
I like this tail on fire, so I'm trying, probably heading away from the gate.
Right.
So,
And I think that brings us to you, Jethro. When did you come?
21.
21. Oh, you went at the beginning. You actually went to the gate already.
Mhm.
So you guys have seen Jethro with Olma over his shoulder. He's probably maybe a little bit ahead of you.
Yeah, I ran past them.
Yeah, you guys he's a little ahead of you. You're probably actually next to the cart loading up, ready to go. You notice that the lizards have all of a sudden stood up on their hind legs and look like they're ready to sprint. So I don't know. Well, no, that's not what you see. What you see is Arlen has cast this spell. It's split and hit the lizards. You're not really sure what she's up to.
They look
So-
coked out though.
Eyes get all glassy. They start twitching uncontrollably.
I'm going through all of the cart.
Okay.
And when I look down the way, what do I see?
Back the way you came.
Yes.
Dragons coming through the gatehouse. Well, you also see These three, probably about 20 feet behind you. You do not see Elias or Abriel.
Okay, so this gatehouse,
You know, the tunnel leads into the cavern. It's got a tower on each side of this gate entranceway that you can kind of block off.
Right.
It's about a 3-foot clearance over the top of the
Right.
wall that you could, you know, kind of shoot down through.
so what we are in, though, is more like a tunnel kind
The
of
tunnel,
thing?
yes. You've gone past the gatehouse. You're in the tunnel.
Then going back into the tunnel.
Okay. Where are you headed? Towards the dragon?
Yeah, towards the dragon.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to rage, and to ensure that I keep that, I'm going to throw a hand axe at disadvantage because it's outside the normal range.
Okay.
I get
Dragon?
to 60, yeah.
Alright,
At the
go for
dragon. 21.
Is that with disadvantage?
That's with disadvantage.
Wow,
I
okay.
got 24 to 21.
That'll hit for sure. Absolutely. Topaz dragons are reasonably, you know, hard to hit, but not that hard to hit.
And that is for 8
Okay.
normal slashing damage.
Yeah, all right. 21, right?
Yep.
The beefy guy is going to come at you again, Kylan. Actually,
Okay.
I think he's going to shoot you with his bow and arrow.
20's my AC.
All right, so first bow shot hits.
Okay.
Second one, I think, is going to miss, though. Second one does miss, and we got an 18.
Okay.
All right, so 2 longbow arrows. One hits you, one misses. Which is, wow. Didn't get longbows that do 2d8 damage each shot. Good grief.
Okay, he big. I don't know.
And you're immune to poison, right?
I'm resistant.
Resistance, so you only take half. All right. So the arrow that hits you does 10 points of piercing,
Okay.
12 points of poison. So you take half. That's his action in 21. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15.
Okay. Bonus action, poison my blade.
Okay.
I ignore resistance to poison. I don't know if he's a resistant or immune or what, but and I'm gonna attack it.
The sneaky boy or the dragon?
I think I need to handle that snaky boy a little bit.
You'll have to close with him, but you can still do it.
Oh, true. I'm gonna attack the dragon. Just kidding.
Okay.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Ooh.
Thanks, that guy just shot you.
That jerk just shot me with his. Ow, that's hurt. What, use a cloth yard shaft with poison on
So,
it? Yes.
to hit the dragon.
Yeah.
25.
Oh yes, absolutely. That'll hit. Easy peasy. lemon squeezy.
23, whatever. I can math. So 13 piercing
Okay.
plus another 6 on top of that. And I need the dragon to make a, which will probably make it, Constitution saving throw. A 14.
He made a 14 exactly. Actually.
Okay, so
Yeah.
beats it.
Yeah.
That's close.
Yeah, as it was.
He needed a 12. You got a +2, and he
Extra
got a
poison
14.
damage.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to attack again. Dirty 20?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
12 piercing. And this is all magical too.
Right. Right. All right. You hit him with these 2 shots. The first shot slides in underneath some scales. You see a lot of nasty black licorice blood sliding out from underneath his scale. You think he's pretty hurt. And when you stab him the second time, the dragon lets out this horrible roar and explodes.
Whoa!
Okay. Blood, viscera, you know, all kinds
I
of
did
things.
With a hand axe on the face.
You're close to him. How far? You're 40 feet away.
Yeah, I'm 40.
He just blow himself off.
I
You're,
was trying, yeah.
You did say you were moving away.
Away
you're
from-
probably at least 30 feet away.
Yeah.
So the only person who gets caught in the explosion is Kylan. So Kylan, you take 8d6
Whoa! Is that magical damage?
necrotic.
Oh,
Magical necrotic.
Poison? Did you say poison?
Oh god, I'm dead, guys.
Is this a spell?
32.
32?
32. Hold on. You do get to make a save. You get to make a dex save. Okay.
Okay, I can do that.
Because you're trying to get out of range of the explosion.
You can, but will you?
Exactly.
Let's see. Alright, come on. Come on, I need a good one. I thought it was a 2 at first.
Oh, it's not?
No.
But
But it's also not great. So that's gonna be a solid 16.
That's enough. So you take half. Okay, so you take 16.
I'm just in there.
Okay. The explosion of the dragon blows you back, not off your feet, but kind of knocks you back a little bit. You kind of stunned. You see this nasty black, I don't know, smoke come sweeping out of the dragon and rise towards the top of the cavern and then out of sight. This is weird, okay?
Yeah.
Dragons don't normally blow up when you kill them. So, well, of course, this is your first dragon to kill, so maybe they do.
Maybe.
Who knows?
That's probably
Set precedent.
So, don't know. But this is kind of weird.
All you guys saw was me run back in there and things slow.
Yeah, I didn't see
And
that.
you guys, actually, what you guys feel, you can feel the outrushing, wind. It was
Jethro the kill stealer.
right, that's right. And so you know that something blew up. You felt this kind of explosion kind of stuff before. You heard the
Jethro,
explosion.
huzzah!
Probably turned
Spent
around.
most of this game
you know.
running for my life.
So what are you
They
gonna
killed him. They
do?
killed
The,
him all.
the snaky guy is still there.
Oh, gee.
We're still on initiative, right?
Huh?
Are we
We're
still
still
on
in
Still initiative, right.
Right.
Now, you guys cannot see the snaky guy. Neither can you. The only one who can really see him is Elias. Right.
He's about to get a fireball. So.
Okay.
Come on, we got
Woo-woo.
Fireball.
Let's
So,
see. It's this.
You're next.
Oh yeah.
can I make it to the cart? on
Yes.
this turn?
Oh, yeah. You get there. Yes.
So I make it to the cart, and then I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on 3rd level on our dragon sliver friend.
Good call, man. Well,
I'm going to do that.
He was actually leaking kind of white wispy smoke.
I'll heal him for 18.
Okay. Cool.
Nice.
All right. So you kill the dragon. The dragon, a lot of the little holes that were leaking out this wispy, white, smoky stuff, close up, and he goes, "Are we leaving yet?"
As far as I know,
Yes.
we're getting out of here right now. And I jump in the cart with the dragon.
Yeah.
like that.
What are you two doing? What are you two going to do?
I'm headed to the car. I want to
You're
calm
in the
silver.
car.
There was an explosion. I don't know if it was the dragon that exploded.
Yeah, I also don't know. So I think I'm going to tell Sliver that we need to fly so we can free up the carpet.
Wait, but what happened to the hyped up blizzards?
They're still there. They're
They
waiting.
still
They're
hyped
waiting.
up? Okay.
They're waiting for us to load up.
Their engines are going.
Like,
They're just wrapping their legs so fast.
calling minor earthquake.
That's right. They probably are.
So I'm
They're vibrating so fast that they actually fall through the center of the earth. Flashed up and moves through walls or whatever. Yeah. Okay. So you're in the cart. You're in the cart. When you tell Sliver he needs to get out of the cart so everybody else can ride, he goes, "Oh, I'm faster than the lizards anyway. Of course." And he leaps out of the cart and lands beside him.
Yeah. Big order. Trying to get 11.
Hey, did you know that?
We will do a free race
Oh, this
right
plug in
now.
gear.
And
This is where he
then
gets trust issues.
I messed up the gears.
That's me.
then I guess with my action, I will point in the direction of where I think Auriel was.
Okay, got you.
I'm just going to point in the general direction of the explosion
Uh-huh.
and hope my message goes through. And I'll be like, "Are you guys okay? We're ready to go if you can get to the cart."
It's a message spell, right?
Yeah, so he can reply if
You
it
hear
finds it.
You hear it? Yeah, so you
Okay.
point in the right direction.
Do I
Yeah.
need to wait till my turn?
Yeah, you can go ahead and reply.
Okay.
It's a
That-
reaction, I guess.
I'm gonna cough telepathically. Okay, on my way.
Oh, he sounds real bad. So I'm sure he sounds real bad.
Need some
Oh, I
hot soup.
completely
No, wait, no,
forgot
that's not
about
enough at all. He needs
Yeah.
no, not enough hot soup yet.
we could send Sliver to him.
Mm.
Pick him up.
The
Let's do
lizards are
that.
faster. Let's just ride the cart back there. Scoop him up and then.
So I'm like on reverse.
That's right. Run backwards at half speed, but still ridiculous.
But still
Yeah.
fast.
All right, Elias, I think that brings us to you.
Fireball. I do.
Fireball.
So I want to also cut and works him. So he's gonna get a 16, and then whatever he rolls, take 2 of them.
Takes two. Is he trying 16?
16.
He got a 16, so he takes half damage.
Okay. So he take not 18.
Wait, is that 16 with the -2?
Yeah.
Okay.
He rolled an 18. Yeah.
So he 9 points of fire damage.
Okay. Well, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I'm heading towards
Right.
the door.
He's more bounding.
21, you've seen the explosion at the end of the hallway. It looks like everything is cleared, and the black smoke that races off, making kind of a weird screaming noise.
From where I am, the thing,
Yeah.
smoke away, everything else kind of stuff. Do I see anything?
Yeah, you see probably Avriel standing in the kind of loosely in the doorway,
Covered in
looking,
black shit.
looking a little staggered. Yeah,
How far away am I from him?
about 45 feet.
45 feet?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah.
Oh!
You seen Elias?
Yeah. Yeah, Elias,
He should be
you guys see an explosion of flames, and he's heading your direction. You do notice that the snaky guy disappears. He's
Oh, the
gone.
abomination ago?
Well, you don't know where he went, so he doesn't seem like he's going to continue the fight, especially since he's the only one left.
My question, are we still on initiative?
No.
Oh,
All right, in that case, come on, buddy, I'm just going to pick you up.
Head down to the cart, pile in.
I was like,
Instead of laying on your back, you're laying
Put your laying stomach down, your arms are dangling.
Holt, you going to drive the lizard since you have animal handling?
I will.
Yes. You tell them go, they take off in a sprint.
Is Silver still in the cart? Or
No,
is he
Sliver's
out?
following along behind and realizing he's getting slowly left behind, but he'll catch up. It's fine. And you take off down the tunnel at the fastest clip you've ever seen. You're holding on for dear life. Reminds me of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and the boat that got really, really fast. It's kind of that kind of thing.
I feel like,
Please.
I feel like just because I probably would have fell out.
Yeah.
You know, just because I don't know these things are hopped up. I don't know what's going on. This, I hear things like, all right, let's go. Boom.
I also did that. We're hopped up. I had the reins. I was like, let's go.
Sliver grabs you and pulls you back. Yeah, he's pretty strong. But you all, this goes on for about a minute, and then the lizards stop. Oh, and, got to normal speed,
Die.
and they start going slower and slower.
They do hit away with lethargy when the
Yeah,
spell wears
and
off.
so they're going about half speed after that, but you've definitely put some distance between you and the cavern. You may want to stop and let the lizards rest, or feed them some mushrooms or something. And actually, ironically enough, you have come to what looks like a river that you did cross earlier, so you can stop and water them and things like that if you'd like to. What are you going to do about
Wash off the
Olma
wounds
and the
of people.
topaz and the knife and all that other good
First
stuff?
thing I'm gonna do is wash the priestess' blood off of it, so at least we eliminate one.
yeah.
I'm just going to bind Olma.
So you tie her hands and her feet. You're gonna put a rag in her mouth. What are you gonna do?
I'm
I
gonna.
know she
Sure.
can cast spells, so it might be
Oh,
You know she can cast spells.
Cut off her
Raise
fingers.
dead and say
Yes,
she
we
can
can
do
do
that.
that.
Hands,
Well,
yeah.
just
Yeah.
Take her eye.
brains in.
And then tongue, yeah.
Yeah,
never it all out.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that.
Eyes.
You
Yeah.
did work
Because
for
we
her.
all know that the person possessed is not the victim.
Right. He did work for her dad, so he probably didn't have a little problem with killing the little girl that he watched grow up.
We
And-
just said we
and
were
that actually,
Turner.
technically, all of you watched grow up from
Yeah.
running through the fields. Anyway, so yeah.
I'm not trying to the safety of the town and its citizens at all.
Just
All right.
brought her back. We didn't say what kind of condition you should be in.
I can't believe the drow and all the torture.
Yeah.
But that being
We
said,
also
you
have to
can
call
also
out
solve
Jethro's
this
fun.
problem by just kind of, and that's it. You tie her up. You guys are walking beside the lizards, so that they can walk a little more slowly and get their breath.
Oh no, I'm laying in the cart trying to take
Are we
a
gonna
short
take
rest.
a short
Are we like checking on her once in a while to make sure she's not like getting out of the, just in case she's like.
No.
unconscious?
She has not regained consciousness yet. She seems to be asleep.
I mean, I just want to make
or
sure she doesn't
unconscious, yeah.
regain it and we don't know it.
Well, I mean, you've tied her up, put a gag in her mouth. She
Um,
doesn't seem to be awake.
Sliver can talk to her in her dreams, so perhaps he could
Oh,
try and see
true.
if,
That might not be his best idea. Just throw that out there. I mean, she's possessed with something. Maybe not the best
Yeah,
idea to go
makes
wander
sense,
in that
yeah.
cave. That's
So
He has like a
Sliver
dream
is kind
mind.
of gliding overhead, kind of forward and backwards, and then lands and walks beside you for a while. He
I
seems
bet.
pretty hyper and stuff like that. He says, "Oh, you want me to look at her dreams?
Mm-mm.
well, yeah.
I don't know that I really want to see her dreams. She's
might,
kind of a
um,
bad person. I don't like that.
There's something
Look
bad
while she
inside of
rises
us.
in there.
Well, yeah, definitely don't want to see when she could rise. Wait, is she the one that was all pretty and shiny and golden that they talked? No, that's somebody. Who was it you told me about? She Who Rises, right?
Mhm.
Oh, the one that scared all the orcs and this is her.
Well,
And looks at her and says,
Possessed with her.
"She doesn't seem that scary."
Well, actually, I think she's in the topaz.
In the topaz, looks. Who's got the topaz? By the way,
I have it right now.
He says, she rises in the topaz?
I think that's how she was planning to use this ritual to, I guess, reawaken herself.
Yeah. And so, then he kind of walks along with you guys. He said, okay, I'll stay out of her head. You guys really don't want to go in there anyway. You said something about taking a short rest?
Oh yeah, or long or whatever.
What do you guys want to do? Long, short? What are we
I
thinking?
feel like the danger has
Death
passed
rest?
immediately. We can
Death rest.
Well, how far away did we get from the?
You can keep walking. If you want to walk for another hour or two, you can get far enough away. You figure you're probably not going to have anything coming after you.
Okay. They were leaving time.
Realize that the only real reason
Was
the
that?
Drow would want to come
Right.
after you, you did free their
Okay.
slaves. Ironically, you have not seen the group of slaves, but maybe they went a different direction.
Hopefully they beat it out of there.
Yeah,
I cast, I could cast Liam's tiny hut so we could all stay in there. And then, yeah.
I would love a hut. That's tiny.
Yeah, okay. I won't cast that. That was the whole break this out earlier when everybody started running away from me. I was just like, yeah, everyone's just sit back and
Really so cool. So you set up Lemon's tiny hut, right? That can fit 9 people of medium size or smaller can fit in it. Let's see. Sliver is large, so he won't fit in it, but he's okay with that. He'll sleep next to the lizards to make sure they're safe.
Okay.
wake up and one's gone. I don't know what happened. Going on.
Yeah, it's like,
Now that I became a young adult, I'm just ravenous.
I fell asleep and it was gone.
Yeah.
Why don't taste
Did you
it
say
like
dinner was gone? No.
So you go in there, take a long rest. Okay.
Yeah.
Be upset about.
Let's see, it lasts for 8 hours. Wow, that was nice. Yeah.
Does it succeed?
So everybody gets a long rest. Okay. So you're healed up, spell points are back, all that other good and exciting stuff. During that 8 hours, Olma does wake up. Now she's tied up; she can't speak. But what is anybody going to do with her?
We still want. Do we want her to talk? I'm afraid of her talking, just in case she has
She can head nod.
the spell stuff in there.
I think we don't want her to talk with just us.
What
We want to wait till we
is
get somewhere.
her general demeanor, it seems like?
She seems very calm. She's not struggling or anything like that. She's just kind of sitting there looking around at all. She doesn't look terribly upset. If it's she who rises and she's been imprisoned in a topaz for thousands of years, she realizes that, she may have lost this round, but she's got eternity. So, she's not terribly upset.
Yeah, I would think that if it's Olma, she'd probably be distraught to wake up in this situation.
Right.
Yeah, so that's kind of
So you get the feeling that this is still not Olma. Yeah. But she's not attempting to do anything or get out or anything like that. She's just kind of chilling. And you have the topaz. You've wiped the blood off the dagger, right?
Well, Sasha is starting to feel sorry for her a little bit.
What do you want to do in the morning?
I'm going to make potions.
So the whole point of this was to come down here, solve this thing. If we've separated all the pieces that she needs,
Huh?
and we've got the thing that she might be in, did anybody use detect magic on
I
it?
always get detect magic.
Well, we were talking about possibly doing something like that.
Yeah,
I won't cast detect magic on topaz.
Huge amounts of magic in this topaz. When you hit it with detect magic, it's almost too bright. The magic you detect is conjuration and maybe transmutation. It's got a lot of stuff going on in there. This thing, it's thousands of years old, but it is full of power. And behind the power, it basically reads as a cage. Inside the cage, you can see tremendous amounts of power. So whatever it's holding inside has more power than you've ever seen, which would probably be she who rises.
Yes.
And as you're kind of looking at it with detect magic, back of your mind, kind of like a little itch, you hear, "Release me. You know the spells. Release me." And I need you to make a wisdom save.
Do you have
Okay.
the ring of mind shield?
Yeah, I got the reading them all show. Does that help?
Yeah, so you gotta make a wisdom save. You have advantage.
I'm gonna.
Wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
13.
Okay. You kind of are like, yeah, I do know the spell. He needs to just destroy this thing. We've got the blood. We've got, Olma. And so then, you know, kind of in the back of your mind, you'd hear, you could rule beside me. We could rule this world together. And you're kind of thinking, that's not a bad deal, because you're looking at the amount of power this thing has, and you're like, she'll probably take it if we let her out. I mean, there's not much we can do about it, huh?
Just as a note, and it's okay if, you know, this is a higher level power thing, so it doesn't matter. But on the Ring of Mind Shielding, it says that someone can only telepathically communicate with you if you allow it.
Right. And so, so and it's just kind of talking to you, and you're just kind of like, that sounds like a good idea. Give me an insight check.
Because I see something's intent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
The manipulation.
Yep. So give me an insight check. Should be pretty good for you as a
secret
bard.
Yeah.
You may have picked the wrong person.
They did. Yep. That would be a 9.
Oh, dude. Oh, well. And you're kind of thinking, you know,
He's the secret.
all I need to do is let her out.
So guys, let me run this past you.
And so she says, no, don't tell the others. Wait until they go to sleep, and then just do the spell. And you're pretty much cool with that, right?
Yeah.
So, all right.
So we're disenchanting this thing today, right?
Yeah.
Well, I still think I don't know what'll happen to Olma if we disenchant it. Maybe we should wait until we take it, you know, back to Snu, whatever. I forgot the name. Snu. And maybe the artificer's there to help us with this spell, and they can really, you know, nail it out.
They seemed very nice, but we should
Fair point,
we
fair point.
trust.
Very nice.
They did seem pretty trustworthy, honestly. You do know that the topaz was in town at one point. Remember, the treasure hunter had it, so, you know, hey, who knows?
Also, do we necessarily want to disenchant it? Won't they get rid of the
Yeah, right.
containing her?
Yeah.
We might not want to disenchant the topaz.
Yeah, please. I mean, that's what I'm going to do tonight.
So, right. I've got an idea. Let's sit the topaz on the ground. Okay? This is my plan.
And smash it.
No, I don't think that'll work. That would be a great plan. I don't know if that would work. I feel like I'm sure someone's tried smashing it before, right? And if
Well, it's been in a
you smash it with that break,
tomb for thousands of years,
if
so.
you smashed it, would that break the enchantment that's locking the person? It's like a prison. So if you break the prison, does that also release the prison?
Should we just drop it in the lava somewhere?
Oh, maybe. But for now, let's just put it on the ground. I've got an idea. Who's got it? You have it?
Yes,
yes.
Yeah. Let's sit it on the ground real quick.
Alright, so ground.
I'm going to cast stone shape and make a stone box around it,
Ooh.
just so nobody can see it. When we take it into town, we can only show it to the people we want to discuss it with.
Oh, nice. You can put some
So-
handles on it?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I can actually, technically, I can shape a little, it's like a briefcase holder,
Yeah.
but it's made out of solid stone. And I can stone unshape it to get rid of it later.
So
This is good, I like
you're
this.
going to have like sheep on it, right?
Yeah, there's designs of like a little fence, and there's sheep jumping in, there's a moon, in case you
And the
want to go to
handle's
sleep.
actually on the sheep standing on top.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
So,
perfect.
you can do that, yes. So you begin heading out after your nice
I
long rest.
wanted to rummage through Olma's belongings.
You start searching through her pockets. Yeah, nobody had actually checked her.
We got
Yeah, they don't have weapons.
You notice in one pocket of her dress, there is a very interesting yellow scale.
Oh, yeah.
In the other pocket, there's a what looks like a glass vial of this really thick, viscous black liquid, and there's a rolled up piece of paper.
So that means I need to do my job.
What's in the box? I mean the paper. What's in the paper?
Well, you can open it.
Well, he got it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna read the parchment then.
Give me an intelligence check.
10.
It's a spell. You get the feeling it's probably the spell that she was going to use to disenchant with.
Yeah,
That's about it.
I talked. We all talked with the
Yeah.
Gorger. Would any casters like to take a look at this scroll?
Elias,
Yeah.
Well, Elias did stop the dragon. I think Elias should have it.
give me an Arcana check.
You don't know nothing about regular magic.
I have a full no fragment from that.
14.
No, thank you very much.
This is the disenchant spell. It's got the incantation in it and stuff like that. Doesn't seem terribly difficult for a spell that's going to destroy essentially an artifact.
Thank you, guys.
You get the feeling that maybe it's the items that you're
Well, we
using to disenchant.
We might not want it
do
to
the
be
duty.
So we got everything.
You do. Well, you don't have
That's
to
an
love
odd
the
name,
priest.
Russ.
Was there, did she have a vial or something?
That was the black pudding.
Black pudding, okay.
I washed away the blood of Eustace.
Do not have the blood of the priestess.
So still need, anyone around here a priestess?
We don't need one.
I think there was a church. You mean to pray? I think there was a church in Snooty.
Oh, I can take care of any of your prayer needs.
He's gonna ask you to shape change into a
It's
woman.
like,
He changed into a female goat, and I did.
That's the only one.
I did
some goats.
study. I did study under the priest in town.
Sounds like a sacrifice. I mean,
What did I say?
you
Yeah.
don't know how far I'm gonna be go with this.
I'm gonna put the scale and the pudding into like my pouch or my hip
You can do that.
or whatever.
Easy,
Whatever I
easy.
got.
So you head out again?
Before we go,
Yes.
I was going to see if Santa could maybe ritually identify this dagger that they were using in their ritual.
Oh yeah.
You want to do identify? You can do
Yeah, I
ritual.
can
Yeah.
do that.
All right. So you begin your identify spell. It takes about 10 minutes. The dagger is kind of a weird silver metal. It's not silver, to quote Tolkien, it's more like a mithril metal, so it's not silver. It's something a little higher quality. It's got all these kind of little spidery little veins around it. It's got a little ruby in one end, and not much of a cross guard. And it's kind of slightly curved. It is a +3 dagger.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
It's a nice dagger.
I do. I'm the dagger king, as you know.
yeah, don't try to face off.
Yeah.
I did have to throw it.
Take one of your spells.
No, I don't use
No,
dagger. Don't do it. But I'll hold on to it.
Exercise me.
It's got spiders on it. I can turn it into a spider.
You know what you're doing, right?
Judging from this, I think the size of this is quite large.
Yeah, it is a typical elven weapon, more of a stiletto than a fighting knife, but it is very sharp. You don't think it does anything else besides that? Yeah. It's just kind of high for a dagger.
Yeah, plus two
Dagger,
daggers.
dagger for anything?
Yeah, I'll take the dagger.
He's asking about a priest and taking the ritual dagger, and are we getting any vibes that something's off with
Give me an insight
Elias?
check. Give me an insight check.
We've- I've been with Elias since day one. I trust him.
I am completely trustworthy.
Sliver
I'm
says,
gonna tell you
trust
this now.
too.
I'll tell you right now, I saw that knife. It's a very nice looking knife.
If it
I
wasn't
know
for him, the
Elias
dragon
likes
might
nice
kill
things.
us.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
it
Or
checks
am
out.
I rolling against his deception?
If I had had a
or
dagger of souls,
Give me a tell me
I'd be
roll.
using that
Straight
knife.
roll?
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Wow,
Well, no,
I-
it's an insight check, so.
Oh, it's an insight check.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that brings me up to a 6.
Oh, really good.
Yeah, he's
That's business as usual.
I mean, yeah.
This is Elias. He's typically kind of likes to grab some of the nicer things like this because he's he. Oh, you're also thinking, if he has this dagger and he puts his kilt when he's carrying his bagpipes, actually look kind of stylish.
That's right.
It would.
They always have the little dagger that's in their boots
Yeah.
or their sock or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
I'm going full Highlander here.
that's right. Yeah, you begin traveling again back towards Sununu. The journey seems to be pretty quiet. Don't really run into any travelers or anything like that. At some point, you do run into the rest of the slaves who you had released, so they were ahead of you. They see you coming up behind them. Initially, they kind of bristle, and of course, none of them really have any weapons or anything like that. They looted the manor houses for whatever they could. And you do notice a few of them are carrying bags full of stuff. But you're not sure you really feel. You're not sure you really feel bad about it since they've been enslaved by Drow for who knows how many years.
Stuff to begin with.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
kind of okay with
Doesn't
it.
the government give you like $25 when they wrongly imprison you?
And Drow are just not going to give you anything until you drop dead.
Yeah.
So you really don't begrudge them any of that. But several of them are carrying bags full of stuff that seems to be clinking. You notice that a couple of the people have raided what are obviously the Drow wardrobe and clothing, and you're not sure it really works for them. But if all you've been had to wear is rags, I guess anything works on a pinch.
Yeah.
And they ask if they can
That's
travel.
nipple tassels.
Yeah, right. They ask if they can travel with you
Do
until
you sit here?
you get to Sununu.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
That's fine with me.
Sounds like a great plan.
Yeah.
The more the merrier.
It takes you about 3 days to get to the edge of the lake.
I do want to be following behind Olma.
Huh?
Just keep an eye on
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
Tripping her every once in a while.
I mean, obviously, at some point, we have to at least give her some water.
We gotta figure out a
Yeah.
way to dispel whatever's on her. Is it a
Open
spell?
the decanter
Spell
on this
magic on
water.
her?
Yeah, just water more, yeah.
Oh no, that's why we're gonna bring her back to the church. Maybe they can do some holy mumbo jumbo exercise.
Whenever you had detected magic the other day,
Wait, holy mumbo jumbo, you got this, like,
obviously,
right?
I'm not telling the truth here, but whenever you had detected magic the other day, did you see anything? Whenever you were looking at the topaz, but did you see anything on her?
I don't think I looked at her.
Fair enough.
He just looked at the.
They just looked at Topaz and yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So I'm gonna detect magic on her on
Right.
Olma, see if there's any.
Olma, what you see on her is she looks like a normal kid, but she's radiating the same kind of magic that you see imprisoned inside the topaz. It's very much so. Now, it's a lesser effect. If the energy inside the topaz is 100, then Olma's radiating like a 2. Okay, so she's got
That's a
like maybe 2% of the power that's inside that topaz. Remember what you saw her do? Raise up hundreds of undead in the Dwarger city, and basically command everybody to stop. So you're thinking about whatever she can do inside. She's got the thing inside this topaz has tremendous power.
Mm-hmm.
So did you see anything on her? Or?
No.
Oh,
She seems she seems again very quiet, very docile.
I'm looking at you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's her. Yeah.
just about.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it might be a good idea just because she definitely seems to be under the influence of these things still. Perhaps we put some distance between her and the topaz and then maybe get one of those rings of mind shielding to put on her.
We could. Oh, we could do that. Actually, now that you mention that, while we're going, I wonder if this would help. I'll take my ring of mind shielding off, and I'll put it on Olma.
I don't know why. For some reason, part of me is like, that's why I'll take my ring of mind shielding out there.
I call it take your ring of mind shielding off, and it's amazing what happens. Immediately, Olma's eyes roll back in her head, and it's like she almost goes into like a seizure, and she's kind of. And she's twitching and twitching, and you're a little worried about her for a
I
second.
cast healing word.
Okay, all right. You cast healing word, and she kind of starts to kind of relax a little bit, and you're not sure if her eyes are a different color when she looks at you, but when she looks at you, she says, "Holds, Jethro, oh my gosh, where am I?"
Nicely done.
Sir, we could keep, like you said, we could keep them separated. We could give one of us take the topaz. It's separate. You know what I mean?
Right.
Who should take it?
I'm going to take it because you don't have a ring of mind shielding. And I've been carrying it this whole time anyway.
Yeah, I don't have one either.
You gotta keep them separated.
Oh, I just know time to ring of mind.
I never ring of mind shielding. I'll take
It's
it.
enough things to carry, it's fine.
I'm gonna ring a bunch shielding.
Well, you're getting ready to come to Sununu, so you get another
I
one.
can get another one.
You guys, do you have any
So,
money?
Olma, no,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I can sell my topaz. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
So Olma, it's you?
What was the
Why would
last
you say-
thing
why
you
would you-
remember?
Well, I was in my bed. I was asleep. We stopped for the day, and then I woke up here. Where are we? This isn't Stonegate. This is a cave. Are we in a cave? Are we in a tunnel? Are we heading to like Iron Forge? or
Something like that.
Where are we?
We're way below Iron Forge.
Wait, below Iron? Where are we? And you look like she's really deferring to you because remember you worked
Yeah.
for her dad, and she's got. I don't work.
It's all right. It's all right.
She looks really, really confused.
We're going to come up to a nice little place with some nice people, and we can have a better chat.
Where's the sun and the stars? Why aren't we in the
Right
sawmill?
in the ground? That's why.
And she kind of looks, and says, "Why are we underground? What happened to Stonegate?"
It is still there. We'll be back.
Is my dad okay?
Yes.
My mom's okay.
Yeah.
The rest of the town's okay. What?
For the most part, there were a couple accidents. A thing happened, but no, for the most part,
Okay.
most the people are
All right.
He's
Good.
going to be okay. They're in the rebuilding efforts.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, as long as most. Who'd we lose?
Maybe it's better we save that for later. You know, it's a long road ahead. Let's
Okay.
get somewhere nice and cozy. We can have a few beers and talk about it.
Not you though.
Well, I
How old
drink.
is she? I
She's
can't
like
remember.
12 or something.
No, she's like 16.
Yeah.
Which, medieval times, if you were able to pick up the mug, it was pretty much okay. Her entire demeanor of her face, you're not even sure, maybe the facial structure on her face changes so that it's different. I mean, she looks nothing like the kind of imperious woman dressed in green who is ready to stab a drow priestess. She looks like the little girl you remember growing up around the sawmill, and you're just kind of like, this is really strange. So, the ring seems to have, if not purged her of She Who Rises, at least is keeping her back. Okay, well, fill me in as we go to this nice place you were talking about. Is it underneath the ground, too?
Oh, yes. But it's also a lake. It's nice.
I like lakes. Wait, yeah, I like lakes.
Well, there are dinosaurs in this lake.
Cooler. At the end of the third day, you get to the edge of the lake that leads to Sununu. There's nobody really there. You do see the docks where they let you off before, but you don't see. And across the lake, you can kind of see the lights of the city. Tied to the dock is what looks like kind of a large barge. And there's a gentleman there, and he goes, "You're looking for passage to Sununu?
Yes, sir.
That'll be a silver piece for each of you. Not including the lizards. The cart, though, is a gold." He looks at the dragon and he says, "Is that a white dragon? Is he going to attack the... Aren't white dragons, not so very nice?" And then Sliver looks at him and goes,
I find that offensive.
and he says, "Very nice dragon. I would never hurt anyone." And he looks a little nonplussed, and the guy goes, "Oh my God, it speaks." And Sliver says,
Come on, man, you just digging a hole over there.
and Sliver looks at him and says, "Yes, it does." And so then kind of glares at it. The guy says,
Sassy teenagers.
He's not gonna want to come out of his room.
And so the guy says,
Doesn't wanna leave
yeah,
Spark,
okay, one
remember?
gold for the lot of you. Let's get you to Sununu." And everybody loads up on the barge, and the dragon kind of is staring, daggers at this guy, whoever he is, and then he takes off across the lake. It looks like he's got some kind of weird contraption on the back that is basically just going to make a kind of a noise, and it's moving this raft very slowly across. It takes you probably the better part of 2 hours to get to Sununu. But you pull up at the dock, and this guy pulls up, and you see Captain Bartlow
That's right.
come to the dock, and he says, "My friends, you've returned. I assume that evil has been thwarted, and we're all safe then."
Yes.
For now.
And who is this? Well, you seem to have a few more members of your group than I remember before. It seems we need to go to the Golden Tankard and have a couple mugs of ale to celebrate your safe return.
That's probably part of the frying pan, yes. We've still got to deliver Olma to
Well,
Stonegate.
let's head there then, and then you can explain to me what's happened.
All right.
And so he looks at the guy who's the ferryman and goes, "Well, Charon, off to meet someone else in case they need passage here." And the guy says, "I hate it when you call me that." And he just
Right.
Did the refugees come with us?
Yes,
Or...
absolutely.
Okay, all right.
And he says,
They're
"And who are these folks? They seem to be dressed oddly and carrying lots of goods."
These
Well,
the captives of Drow City, so they are in need of assistance. Well,
Free drow slaves. And the Havor goes, "Yes, but we can pay." And Captain Bartlow goes, "That won't be necessary. We can find places for you to stay until we can sort out where you need to head to, where your homes are, and things like that. I'm sure some of you may have been down here for quite a while." And the half-orc goes, "Yes, well, not too long." And anyway, so he grabs a couple of his men-at-arms, and they start moving these people off into the city, looking for places for them to stay. And so he claps you on the back, because you were the one who did the big, performance or anything like that. And he says, "Well, to the Golden Tankard. Seems we need I need to fill you in on what's happened with you." And you all head towards the Golden Tankard. And so you come up to the Golden Tankard, and Elaine says, "Oh my gosh, you've returned. And you're not missing any appendages or bleeding all over the floor. Well, it must have been easier than you thought. So, well, come in.
This cake, actually.
There appeared to bleed all over the floor earlier.
Well, so are any of you in need of any healing? I could get the Artificer's Guild or the Alchemist, and they could probably fix you right up.
Well, since then we've had plenty of time to
Oh, that's
rest and recuperate.
Come in. Have a seat.
Oh,
And so you go over and sit at the same table where she served you breakfast, and she slips off into the back and comes out with a couple mugs of something.
oh! I don't know what it is
It's
yet.
a cider. It's nice and it's crisp, it's refreshing. And
So she knows.
All it took was that dusky water we found.
Yeah.
well, you're kind of wondering where she got cider from.
Holt said he ain't wondering. Don't matter.
I need this in my life right now.
And so she brings a pitcher over and she says, "You may be wondering where we've gotten our cider from down here.
A little curious.
It's not actually cider. No, it's okay.
It's good. It's good.
It's normally
Plessia so pitch.
Yeah,
It's like this.
people. No, but she says, actually, normally what we do is if we want to have any kind of beer or anything like that, it's all distilled from mushrooms. Well, we've been able to work with crossbreeding some of the mushrooms, so you get this wonderful cider flavor here. It's quite impressive. I think it was your inspiration of telling them about all the things from the surface and some of the foods that you cooked for us. They decided that they needed to do better. And so the food around here is much better than it used to be. We've actually got a whole group of people who have decided they're going to become chefs and cooks.
Wow.
Sure, you already left your culinary mark on us. We're gonna lose her. She's gonna start a school here.
And then she's going to start for a Ramsey. I'm sorry. Anyway.
Avernus's kitchen.
So you kind of settle in. She brings you some food, a little bit of the cider that she's got. It's pretty refreshing. Anything you want to tell her or Captain Bartlow? Captain Bartlow is desperate to know what you guys have been up to for the last week since you've been gone.
Pretty much.
And
Yeah,
only been a
I've
week.
given
It
more-
seems like
I know it feels
we
like
did a lot.
Seems like it's been 10 years.
It's been 6 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give him the down low.
Okay. Now, that being said, you do notice a very pale dragon head that keeps looking in the door because he can't fit anymore. And so he keeps looking in and goes, "What are you drinking? What is that you're drinking? That doesn't smell like, what are you drinking?
It's mushrooms.
I want
Juice.
one.
I'm gonna go bring him a mug and a plate of whatever we've got.
Okay,
There, come try it.
it's fruit. So he tries the fruit and he says,
Tell yourselves what?
okay. And he tries the cider and he goes, ooh. Ooh. His eyes get real big and then begin swirling just a little bit opposite correct. And he says,
All right, that's enough.
It was barely a sip of the mug. He just stuck his tongue down.
I even seen his eyes.
he says, ooh.
Have you ever seen
That's
this?
interesting.
Moderation, this
Yes,
one.
let's
This one.
please
I'm
just
gonna lie down outside. And his head gets about almost out the door. And he's like, and so you look at Elena and she shakes her head and says, "We're gonna have to move him out of the doorway." So she.
Just gave this.
I'll help them move out of the
I
door.
can't imagine how hard it would be to move.
No,
that.
he's
Oh, it's
very relaxed. As you move his head out of the doorway, he goes, "Oh, that was so good."
You were too, buddy.
What's in that thing? Ketamine?
And he is out.
Oh, I'm nervous. It's
Like
biggest.
cable.
Kids are running
It's been
around
real.
playing on top of his body. That's fine.
No, we're all
You're
working.
dead.
So yeah, so he seems to be pretty relaxed and groovy and sleeping it off. But it wasn't that much cider, but I don't know. Maybe it affects dragons differently.
Yeah.
Whatever the case, you start filling in Captain Bartlow on what had happened, and he's like, "So you've stopped She Who Rises,
Potentially.
and you this young lady who's with you who is bound and gagged." And he looks a little.
She is formerly known as Olma.
Now, actually, since you put the ring on her finger, have you?
I would say.
There you go, man.
Oh, no.
Do we need to gag her anymore? But
That's what I was
maybe
gonna ask
keep
you.
her hands
yeah.
bound if communicate to her that we are concerned.
Do you actually want to
If
try
she
to
can-
explain to her that she's
Yeah.
been possessed and everything?
All right, so
Yeah, that
you,
makes
you've
sense.
you've
Be a good idea.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
degagged her and you can explain to her. I'm gonna make her make a con save. Oh,
Con
that's
save?
it. You start explaining to her about exactly what's been going on, and she gets a little freaked out. Somebody's been living inside her head for a month, 2 or 3 weeks. She gets a little freaked out, and of course, Elena comes over to us. Oh, there. Let's take you upstairs and get you somewhere situated, young lady.
To be honest, I don't even know what all you've done.
And so, well, let's get you settled in, and
That's enough of that.
so she walks her upstairs,
I'm gonna
and she
go.
looks at you. She says, "Put a stout lock on the door. It's fine." And so
I
she.
don't want to leave her.
No, I don't. I don't think she
That's-
should be outside. I don't feel comfortable with that.
I think I'm gonna go with her.
Okay, so she goes up and she
Hey, you know where I'm at.
she seems a little freaked out, and she lays down on the bed and she kind of goes, I just think I want to go to sleep. And she kind of rolls over with her face to the wall, and within probably 10, 15 minutes, you think she's probably pretty much asleep.
Did you express to her that she probably shouldn't take the ring off?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I thought the whole point of explaining it to her so that she would know why we are keeping her in restraints.
So yeah, I figured that was what it was too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
She's not taking the ring off because her hands are not free to do so.
Is there like a window to her room or whatever?
There is, but it's small. You couldn't climb in and out of it because that makes it a good secure in.
Well, still, I'm gonna whisper to my snake. Hey, go sit below her window, and if anything comes in or out, come get me.
So the snake takes off to check the window. Are you guys going to tell Elena what happened with all this stuff?
Oh, I thought she was kind of sitting there.
Well, I mean, she was, but I mean, you can probably get her to. She can probably go
We
10
trust in
bar.
her. I trust in her.
Actually, I'm gonna also cast Find Steed and summon a Mastiff to watch below her.
Okay.
Because it can telepathically communicate with me, has intelligence of 6 or higher.
Do you want it watching outside in the alley, or do you want it
Yeah,
watching
alley
in her?
just below her.
Okay, I was just saying, do you want it watching in the door outside her room?
No, because we're down here,
Okay.
so
Gotcha.
I feel safe-ish.
Pretty good, yeah. All right, so you put the Mastiff out in the alley. I mean,
With my
honestly, Snoo doesn't really have alleys. Okay, I mean, it's a pretty clean place. Bunch of artificers making sure things are run pretty smoothly. They're all engineers. Everything's pretty clean and tidy. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. So okay, so you fill in Captain Bartlow. You tell Elena what's going on, and she says, "Wow, so this is what was causing all those refugees to come through Snoo. This young lass who's, gosh, she can't be more than 16. She looks like she should be out, bobbing for apples or having young men chase her.
I mean,
Her dad's a lumberjack?
Yes, it's not really her. It's whatever's controlling her.
Well, so how did you get what was controlling her to leave her alone?
Well, that was Holt's brilliant idea.
So what did you do, Holt?
Well,
The ring on it.
I used one of the rings of mine that we have purchased from your
I saw you do Beyonce.
I put one of the rings of mind shielding that we purchased from your artificers.
And she says, "Oh, so wait, you're unprotected then, in case whatever it is comes after you."
That's not good protection.
Yes, I have lost my
she,
protection.
she gets up over and walks over behind the bar, and she kind of rustles around through something, and she goes, "Here," and she flips it towards you, and there's this little ring, and
Yeah, the private thing.
you grab the ring, slide it on your finger.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a ring of mind shield. And she goes, "Keep it. We get lost and found stuff all the time here. Artificers come in, they get a bit 3 sheets to the wind, and they leave things on the tables,
she got back
or in the
there.
bathrooms, or sometimes in the,
Right?
places upstairs. So, yeah.
You've been a great help to us both the first time we were here and this time as well. Appreciate
So,
that.
I assume you're going to be taking this young lady back to her family.
Yeah, we just probably maybe rest for the night and then head out.
So, what are you going to do about this topaz and the spell and things like that?
So I'm going to take care of it.
And I did notice that
All right.
there are a lot of smart people here. We might discuss with them before we head out. I'm not sure.
Okay, that's a fair point. And we're talking about magical artifacts. This is probably the place where you want to speak to people about it. That's a fair point. Yeah. All right then. Well then, I got rooms for you ready. I assume you probably want to take a rest. We've got your friends who came in with you on the barge. We got them settled in, and we'll find them passage to the surface world. I assume that's what they want. And if they don't, if they're from goblins and such as that, if they prefer to stay in Sununu, we can find them a place to be gainfully employed. I mean, we don't discriminate if you're a goblin as long as you pull your own weight. You've had a grand adventure then. That's amazing.
I think I'm gonna go out and turn in.
We heard it was that great idea. Yeah.
Y'all heading up to bed?
Thanks,
for the
me.
night? Yep. You head up to bed for the night.
I'm gonna pull a mastiff in now to go around your door then.
Okay, yeah, and you get your snake on the window and the
Snake.
mask on the right. You all head up to your rooms. You each get, your own rooms.
Probably still stay in the same room with Olma.
Okay, you can do that. Absolutely. They're, she can bring Elena can bring in a cot that you can sleep on, or at least, some blankets you can bed down on the floor. Elias, middle of the night, you're kind of awoken by this in the back of your mind that says, now is the time. You can do this.
Better don't have any priestess blood.
There is a priestess who can help you in this town. If you remember, there was someone you spoke to who located me the first time.
Since
No,
since
my,
you're staying
my
with Olma.
memory's pretty bad. So,
Okay, separate.
The person you hired to do divination for you, if you remember, I believe his name was Wilhelm.
I mean,
Sounds about right for some reason.
that's a weird name for a priestess.
Wilhelm has a daughter.
Oh.
A daughter who has inherited the family's abilities in divination.
All right.
What are you gonna do?
I mean, there's no way I can fight this or anything. It's just like I'm along for the ride, or
Make a wisdom check.
All right.
I mean, you could fight it.
Yeah, I mean, I got, I'm still,
Yeah.
I'm still a good guy.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You can fight it.
I mean, Jason,
As he ever
nope,
was.
I am.
He's not a good guy.
Nice guy.
You're still thinking this is a good idea.
This is a great idea. All right, so
Classic nice guy.
yeah,
You know what? You're
Yeah.
right. Now is the time to do
this
this.
is the time.
Yeah.
So okay, I will. Well, okay, I guess if I do remember where.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
You slip out of your room. It's probably late at night. Elena has gone long to bed. The front door of the inn is locked and closed. You slip out. You head toward Wilhelm's shop.
So my mastiff is in the hallway. I don't know if you wanted to sneak by that.
I figured. Well, probably not. I figured your mastiff was guarding Olma.
Yeah, whatever door is.
He probably had to move past the mastiff, but since he's going downstairs, I figured the mastiff wouldn't really.
Well, no, I'm
Yeah.
just he has eyes and can see there.
Oh, he would see
You know,
him.
and all that.
He
So
would see him. Oh yeah,
I was
absolutely.
pointing out there in case I forgot. If you wanted to sneak past it, you could. But if you don't want to, you don't have to.
Yeah.
no, I mean, not like I'm.
Puppy dog.
Well,
Yeah.
the mastiff will trust him. So
Yeah.
for now.
Yeah, the mastiff saw him go by. That's for sure. Yeah, no question about it. Yeah. So you head to Wilhelm's. You gonna try the front door?
Yeah, try the door. It's locked and
It is locked.
do you not have any lock picking tools or knock or anything like that?
You wanna knock?
Yeah, it's not there.
You hear kind of some rustling inside.
Keep on.
A little more. Door kind of opens, and you see the same kind of roomy eyes that were kind of a little bit drunk. What?
Hey man, you remember me?
No, I don't.
How many satyrs come through here?
Oh, you're the one who wanted me to find the woman
Yeah.
with the blonde hair and the topaz.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you. Okay, what? It's way late.
It's not that late. Calm down. So yeah, so I need to know, like, didn't you say you had like a daughter or something like that?
He looked at you and says, I never mentioned my daughter. What?
Sure you did. You remember? I mean, you did.
Give me a deception check.
You remember?
Hey, you gotta convince him, yeah.
Ooh.
Elias, please.
I am rolling.
It's all the wisdom checks.
Yeah.
So we need that one to roll high again.
So deception. So So 17.
Oh my god, I thought you said not high.
Well, I mean, I rolled that die.
But that is what you do.
But my thing is holding
That
up
is
to
your
the-
thing.
yeah, so-
He says, "Oh, that's right. She brought us tea when we were doing the spell to find the girl." Oh, yeah. Well, okay. What?
So part of we found the thing, and the way to keep this woman away from us is we need some priestess blood to do a ritual to.
I'm not a priestess.
But she is.
He looks at you and says, "You just came out here in the middle of the night. Could you want me to give you some of my daughter's blood? No."
Yeah,
He
this
starts
is,
to shut the
hey,
door.
hey, this is what we're trying to save the world. There's little priestess blood to go do the ritual to bind the thing down, and boom, everybody's saved.
No. Fireball!
So let's there's some others. Yeah, I mean we I have nothing that
The high cost. We're not suggesting.
I
You
mean,
can charm.
I do not all my stuff. I don't have a charm spell or.
Well, I have to kill him.
I mean, I don't want to.
Yeah, well, you
I do want some blood.
Well, you kind of do want to.
You just kind of do want to. You don't want to, but
I don't
your
want to.
Elias kind of wants to.
I don't think you want to, but at the same time,
You do need that blood.
I do that.
I think you don't want him to bar you.
Yeah. So let's see. So I cast invisibility on myself,
Oh, okay. So he starts to close the door.
and I kind of try to scoot into the thing, try to be sneaky.
He really hadn't opened it enough that you could get in. Now, that being said, there are other entrances to his house. There are windows. There might be a back door. You'll have to check. Might not be open, though.
So I'll look around, see if there's any other way out.
There's a couple windows. If you walk around behind the house, there is a back door, but when you kind of check it surreptitiously, it is locked.
So I can see through.
So now he's the biggest dog.
I cast Dimension Door.
And it should will take you in. Yeah, that'll
He says too long.
So I'm in.
Okay, Dimension door through the door.
Yep.
To the back door?
Yeah.
You're standing in the kitchen, there's pots and pans, there's some herbs hanging from the ceiling and stuff like that. There's a ton of wine bottles all over the floor, some things like that. And you see there's a weird little box over the side that has like actually frost on the outside of it. There's a door that kind of looks like it's going towards the front of the house.
So go through the door.
Okay. Hallway, you can see it leads to the front of the house, but there's a couple doors, two on the left, one on the right.
Listen in. Can I hear him anywhere?
When you get to the second door and listen at it, you hear what sounds like him going, "I don't know what he was thinking of coming here at 3 o'clock in the morning. Stupid heroes think that they call people." And you, as he lays down on the bed, and you hear, and it gets kind of quiet and stuff like that.
There's-
The other door, give me a perception check.
That would be a 9.
You don't hear anything from the other door. It's quiet.
Try to open it.
It's not locked, okay? Inside, you see that there's a young girl. She's lying on a cot. Around the room are what look like books. There's a desk, a bunch of papers, a quill. She has dark hair. She's very obviously this guy's daughter. She does not smell like wine or cheap beer or anything like that, and she is asleep on the bed.
Okay. I cast Silence
Oh, that's smart.
around it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, can I cast Silence and then use the bagpipe to use Sleep on her? Or is that?
I'll allow it.
Yes,
Mainly because I know how powerful those bagpipes are.
yes.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so that's.
And because it's called the instrument of the mad bard.
I mean, this is.
He wouldn't be bad enough to play in a silent area.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah.
You can't hear anything. And he's rocking out these bagpipes and you hear nothing. Everybody's falling asleep. You know, it's like, yeah. It's
Sounds like something a mad bard would do.
Yeah, right? So, yes.
So, I use a dagger, cut her palm, get
Yeah.
some blood on it. Is that, and then, that's what I need is that.
She wakes up.
Oh,
But when she sits up, she goes,
yeah.
yeah, no
And
noise.
So,
That's even more terrifying.
Yeah, it's just a person, so she probably.
She screams,
Knock
but
her
no
out.
noise comes out, right?
I do. Let's see what I can't do anything inside of it. So,
Well, now here's the thing. How long does silence last?
let's see.
For a while, I think.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
So
You're invisible still, right? So just
yeah.
No,
because
when you
I
covered, it stops.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Concentration. I hand her a healing potion. It's like, and then get
Grab
out.
it. Okay. You get out in the hallway. Again, there's no sound, so she kind of looks at the potion, looks at you, and nothing. You know, again, gonna do. Okay, and you out the back door.
Dimension door out the back door.
Out you go. Oh, head down the alleyway back to the Golden Tankard.
Yep.
All right. You get back to the Golden Tankard, out to your room.
Mhm.
Got all the stuff.
Do I have all the stuff?
You do. Well, you have the vial, right? You got
He's
blood.
got the
We get the
vial.
vial.
No,
Yes.
I've got the vial and the scale.
And I
Yeah.
have
We
the.
do. And she got the topaz.
Okay. Right. So you don't have all the stuff, but you have the first step. Right.
All right. And so I go into Aubrey's room.
I need a stealth check. What's your passive perception?
So my passive perception is 13.
Okay.
Still 22.
22. Okay. Yeah, you slide in. So yeah, you slide into his room. You're gonna try and steal the stuff out of his pouch.
Yep.
You just slide a hand check.
12.
You start reaching for this pouch across the room, and something you didn't see on the table, maybe it's his dagger or something like that, you bump it, and it falls and hits the floor. And he sits up and goes,
Elias, what are you doing?
I'm in here
Yes.
checking on everybody because this has been a weird vibe.
ooh, you gotta give me a deception check on that.
I'm going where my intellect's not great.
Oh, a 10.
No! Give me an insight check.
You can still beat me.
what is inside?
Yeah.
That's a 19.
Ooh, yeah, you're not buying. Something's off. Something's wrong. So you're just
How does he
not
look?
sure. No, he looks fine. Okay, he looks fine, but you're just kind of like, yeah, why is he in your room checking on people, fiddling with your pouch over on the desk? That doesn't seem right.
Get your hand on my pouch. That's sense, man. That's sense.
Hey, man, what are you doing? Why are you freaking out, man?
You
Just
didn't even knock on the door. You just came in like I've been having a wank.
what?
Fair point.
It's so close.
Trying to see my own
You
room.
need to roll your insight check.
Well, Elias, I'm gonna have to kindly ask you to leave.
Did you not see the sock on the door? The crusty sock on the door.
So, where are we in
Well,
relationship
you're
to?
like maybe 5 feet away from him because it's not
Okay.
here.
I mean, so like as I turn around, I cast Mage Hand to go get.
So you're distracting him.
Yeah.
Give me a deception check. Okay. And you're moving towards the door, right?
Ooh, 26.
Oh,
Can I make a perception check
you
against
can
that?
absolutely. This is an active perception check because you're awake and you're kind of going.
He doesn't have advantage.
Oh, you have advantage.
Yeah. Might not be good enough though. 18.
Okay. He starts backing towards the door, going, "Oh, you're right," and kind of backing out the door. And out of the corner of your eye, you think you see something. You turn and look at the desk, and there's nothing there. And Mage Hand hands you the stuff in your backhand, and you say,
I said, man, all right, just chill, man. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll figure this all out tomorrow.
All right.
he backs out the door and closes.
I'm gonna close and lock the door.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check my belongings.
You start looking
Yeah.
through. Yeah, you start looking through, looking at all the stuff. Your dagger's there, all your weapons in there, and stuff like that. And it takes you about 2 or 3 minutes, and you get to your pouch, and you realize the scale and the black pudding essence are missing.
I'll
Yeah.
probably check that first.
Okay,
Because if anything on
Yeah,
the desk
true.
where he's rummaging around,
fair point. Fair point. Okay.
so
yeah,
I noticed
it's
pretty
missing
quickly.
for sure. For sure.
All right, I'm gonna grab my dagger and shield. I'm not gonna put the breastplate. Well, breastplate, can I? No, I'm not gonna grab the breastplate. I'll leave it back.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna unlock and say, "Oh, Elias!" really loud.
And I'm heading towards.
Do I hear oil, Elias?
No, hang on. Okay. So where are you heading?
He closes the doors, he locks. I am bolting. Like I am
All
heading to Harlan's.
All right. Okay, so you head to her room. Now you're in there with Olma, right?
Mhm.
Where's your stuff? In there with Olma?
Yeah, I'm probably. Did she bring out a cot for me? Or am I sleeping sitting up in a chair?
You could have brought a cot then. Okay.
I'm gonna say, out of concern that Olma gets possessed and wakes up, I would have been sleeping with this thing, like using it as a pillow.
Okay. Got it. Fair point. So you head down to. Now, he hasn't sent Elias yet.
Okay.
You're down to the door. What are you going to do with the
The
door?
ancient Egyptians actually used
I'm
lots of
in,
stones.
open the door.
Give me a stealth check.
Well, that door's locked.
Use your sailor legs and kick it.
That was good.
The leap skill can now,
Yeah.
Lay on your back and then use it. Yeah, jump off the door.
There's fireball on the door, but
Fireball.
You kick the door an extra D8 to
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
yeah, I'm kicking the door. I mean, I'm
All
I'm
right.
not
Give me a
gonna
strength check.
Does she get the extra D8 from the jump?
Never know.
The mirthful leap into the door.
You're about to see me break my leg. Oh, you got it.
Oh.
18.
Ah,
Minus 1.
Wham.
Minus 7.
That's fun about enough to break your leg up.
Door flies open. Now, see. You wake up. I'm going to say that's pretty noisy. You wake up, Olma sits up, and Elias has just kicked the door in.
And then you hear.
Do I see the topaz thing?
I don't know. Where was it, you said?
I mean, I was sleeping.
Under the
I was
pillow?
sleeping, so-
Okay, you sat up.
The topaz is stuck to your
Perception
face.
check.
Yeah.
It's still in that box, but
Oh, okay, the box is stuck to your face.
So, I have a question for you. Not actually going to like really do. My passive wisdom's 15. Do you think I heard from a couple rooms down a door swing open?
No. Hold on.
Fair enough. All right.
Okay, yeah. Okay, what'd you get?
15.
All right. You see that by her pillow is the stone box, okay, where it was.
So grab the stone box.
He reached over and grabbed the stone box.
he's grabbing the stone box.
Yes.
I'm gonna grab for the stone box if I see
Okay.
him busting down my door and grabbing for it.
Give me a roll to hit. I mean, let's do that. Let's do a contested attack to see who hits it. The person with the best roll to hit wins. You can use.
Fucking hell.
That's a 4.
Even read that.
That's a 4.
Plus what?
Just your normal to hit roll with unarmed attacks.
I think it's
Yeah, like a 3.
I
3.
I got a 4.
Wow.
Oh, you beat me.
Wow.
It's the strongest party members. Figure it out.
You grab for it. She grabs for it. You both grab the sheep handle at the exact same time. Okay? And the sheep box noise. What are you gonna do? You're both got it.
We both have it.
Yeah, you both have it.
I'm
Oh.
going to dispel magic on the box. And
Counter
then
spell.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right.
The dispel magic is 3rd level. Counter spell is what?
If it's 3rd level or less, it automatically fails.
Okay.
If it's higher than 3rd level,
You
it's
begin to dispel. She counter spells it. And again, both of you are still holding on to the box. Very good.
so hypnotic pattern.
Ooh.
Wisdom 16. And then I also use cutting words.
No. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, what about all over?
So I'm gonna try and-
Yeah, so
This is all happening in
Yeah.
6 seconds.
yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, 12 seconds.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it takes the time to
Okay,
kick the
hypnotic
door in.
pattern. Okay, wisdom
But
16.
you had to
Okay,
go through your stuff at least
17,
in like
okay.
20 seconds.
Yeah.
17.
So,
Okay.
Door kicking in.
oh yeah.
12 seconds of people waking up.
So, yeah, we're good. We're good.
Come on.
Okay.
This
I'm
one.
drunk though, so I'm not waking up.
Yeah.
That's the only problem.
I want to win, but
Y'all
also
gonna solve this without me.
Yeah. Okay.
I did the rain thing. Y'all good?
Yeah.
14.
I did the mind shielding ring.
You are charmed for the duration. You're incapacitated at a speed of 0.
Okay, so you jerk that her hand. About that time, you hear Elias, oi, and you come storming up the hallway. Okay.
I've also telepathically told my dog to sick Elias
Okay.
and pin him down.
The dog comes running towards you, right?
Okay.
Okay. Because it was right outside Olma's door,
Yeah.
so it's right there.
You had to kick the door to get
Yeah,
past
and
it.
so you turn around, the dog goes woof. So what does your dog do?
If the target is a creature, it must succeed a DC 11 strength save or be knocked prone. So I'll bite.
Oh. Are you grappling, knocking him down? What do you do?
I just do the bite attack.
Okay, that's fine. And we not prone. Gotcha.
If I have to land the attack first.
Yeah, yeah.
12 plus 12 plus 3, so 15.
What's your AC?
13.
Okay. All right.
And then
So
DC
you-
11.
okay. So the dog bites you.
It's 3 piercing, so
Alright.
not a lot.
Okay, and knocks you prone.
Well, DC 11 strength save.
Okay, DC 11 strength.
Yeah, you got this.
I got this.
Nope.
And the dog leaps on you and pins you to the ground. This huge, massive teeth, that mouth this big, right? And you come out into the hallway, and the mastiff is pinned into the ground. He's got the box in his hand. You're not sure what else, and there's kind of weird colors coming from inside the room. Do you
Yeah.
have a concentration spell?
No, it's just a one shot.
Yeah, okay. And weird colors from inside the room that kind of die out. Now, pause. All right. So Jethro, you're sleeping. So good to sleep finally.
Great. Fantastic.
You see this shining figure come towards you,
Oh no.
the shining one, and he says, "You possess my sword,
Yes.
the sword that destroyed she who rises when she rose before.
Okay.
You must destroy her now, or she will rise again.
How?
You possess my sword.
Got it.
Give me a wisdom check."
And by me possessing the sword, what actually mean?
Sword possession.
Sword possession.
It's one way to look at it.
That's exactly what I thought it was.
A natural one for a total of 3.
You immediately leap to your feet, grab the sword, and come storming down the hallway. Okay. What you guys see is that Elias is on his back. He's got the topaz. Well, he's got the box with the topaz in it. So and the mastiff is on top of him. You're probably kind of shaking your head and recovering. And Avriel is coming down the hallway going, "Elias, oi!" And you rounded the corner. You got your sword. The sword is letting off this golden glow like you've never seen it go before. Okay. You step over Elias, and you see him with the sword, right? And it's glowing. And you're, what the hell is going on? Because the sword is always kind of glowing a little bit, but it's just something else. He steps in the doorway, and Olma's kind of rolled over on the bed, and you take the sword and plunge it into her chest.
Into Olma.
Into Olma. Because she is possessed by she who rises. At which point the sword evaporates. Okay, and it's gone. And Olma, you can see where it stabs her, right? But she doesn't seem to take any damage. And she sits up, and her eyes kind of glow this weird color. And from inside the box, you hear something shattered. And beside Olma, you see this kind of glowing shape. It looks like the little boy from back in the town.
Oh, yeah.
And he appears beside her, and he picks her up off the bed, kind of lets her sit up, and he wraps his arm around her and says, "Oh, my love, we're finally together again."
What the?
And he looks at you and says, "Over thousands of years, my sword pinning to her to the ground. Do you really think it was my sword that kept her pinned there? We were lovers from the start, and now we are back together again. And this world will be ours." And he wraps her in his arms, and there's like a flash of light, and they disappear. That was supposed to be me!
You're gonna be pissed at me now. You took it from me!
And everybody makes level 9?
How's Elias looking? Is he still?
You seem fine.
Kill
Yeah.
him.
All this
yeah.
stuff that was on you, yeah, it's gone. The reason that the elves could imprison them before was because they caught them
In the act.
indisposed and unable to defend themselves because they were kind of they were never enemies. They were lovers from the beginning. Yeah, but over thousands of years, stories change. You know how it goes.
True. So
It's
there
on
you
the
go.
detail.
Yeah. So
Well, that's the thing. We never could get any clear
I know,
details.
I
You
know,
know,
right?
some things she was good, some things he was good.
Yeah.
That's always the other chance.
level 9, though, remember, is kind of tier 3. So here's the fun thing about tier 3.
We die.
Unfortunately, your sword's
Yep.
gone, so we will have to work on that. But
Oh, tier 3 for weapons.
yes, your weapons
I was
have
gonna
now
have
leveled
some
up to tier 3.
Ooh.
Hey, thanks for tuning in for the Saga of Stonegate. If you enjoyed our intro music, it's by a group called Overburden, and the song is Round 2, which seemed kind of appropriate since it's our second podcast involving RPGs. If you enjoyed our podcast and would like to support us, head on over to Patreon and look for Mike the GM. We have several different tiers of support, and one of them actually gives you access to our battle maps. And the highest level tier gives you the battle maps and my game master notes. So check us out.